Hey guys, welcome to another episode of El Jefe Shop Shop. This week we're going to put a door in that shed. I don't even know anymore. So I want to put a door in that shed so I can get one of my cars out of that shed without moving everything else. So there's currently a small personal access door, as you can see. So we're going to open that up to about 2.3 meters wide and pretty much full height. So we can get this car rolled out the side of the shed. So my dad's coming over soon and we're going to pull it apart and see how far we can get. So the first thing to do is to take the gutter off. So then this drain pipe has to come off. Then we'll probably get the door out. Get this guy off and then take all the sheets of tin off and then all of the frame stuff in the inside that actually holds the sheets of tin on. And then once all that's free, we need to make a new door frame and a new door and put some hinges on it and make a door so that we can get the crown out. So the Toyota Crown is in here. We put it in from the front and it's on wheel dollies at the moment, and we kind of just turned it and put it in the back here. It was really awkward. It doesn't currently run, but when it does run, it'd be nice to have a door to be able to get it in and out. And then also once this makes it into the big shed, we've got another carport for something else. So plan today is to just try and get this down and get a big hole. And then during the week, if we don't get it too far today, I can rebuild a door and make it all hinge and latch and all that stuff. And then put the gutter back up and remount the downpipe. So we'll see how far we can get. Hopefully we get something done. Alright, Dad's here, got the door off and just doing the downpipe now. And the gutter seems to be screwed on instead of clipped on, which is going to be a pain. So I think we're going to have to take the whole thing off instead of just sort of the end. So we'll see how we go. Alright, Dad won't stop for anybody. He's just hustling along. So we got the door off, the corner piece, the first little piece of gutter. We're probably going to have to take that whole gutter down, which is a bit annoying, but we'll maybe be able to just sort of shuffle it and we'll see how we go. We'll just take this tin off, take the frame for the door out, and then try and make a new one. It's been about 45 minutes. Got all the sheet off, the gutter out of the way enough, and the, what are they called, purlins? They're out. So now we just need to make a new frame for the actual door itself. Alright, so we've got all the door out. We're just trying to work out how to make it framed before we put the actual door back in. So we're going to have the hinges on the right hand side here so that the door can open up and actually clip back into the shed so that it won't like blow around in the wind, similar to my gate that actually clips into the fence and the house. So we need to put a new post back in here, but we realized if we use this piece of off-cut I've got, it actually gets us the right depth, so it comes out enough. Put the flashing straight back on there, and then we just need to do a crossbar at the top. And then if we use a piece of C-channel from the big shed, just leftovers, which is this long piece here, just use this piece for a example. So that'll go something like that and bring us out far enough. And then we just need to make a frame for the actual door to swing into and sit nicely against, for which I have a bunch of angle line, both 25mm by 25mm and 50 by 50. So we'll work one of those two and it will come together. And then at the top, we'll have this big C-channel down here. That'll be all the way to the top. And I'm going to run a crossbar at the top just to make sure nothing moves and it's all nice and strong and it's got something to seat against. So there's another piece of C-channel, or I've got box section that I can use for that top piece. It'll probably be overkill, but I like overkill. So we'll just keep at it and we'll update you when we've done something else. Alright, so I don't know what we said last time, but we've got a big old C-channel in there. So that's all screwed in. We've got the same thing on this side and then the flashing back on the end. So this will be the latch side and then this will be the hinge side. So we need to put a little border across the top for the gutter and a main bar for the actual door to attach to. And then this will be the hinges, put a little bit of tin back on there and probably some flashing and we're good to go. Alright, so we've cleaned up a bit. This is the frame for the door, still has the old tin on it. That's the tin we took out, so hopefully we've got enough to make the door. And that is our new hole for a door. So still got to put the gutter back on and move the downpipe, which will be pretty easy, hopefully. And then we've put in this brace here, so that's just attached at the back with a 90 degree and a couple of Tech screws. So I'll reinforce that later. And then we've got a nice piece of C channel along this side and all the way up that side, bit of flashing on both. So now I need to get some new hinges because the ones I got are the wrong side. And yes, it does matter, which is really weird. So I'm going to make them stick out a little bit past the end of the tin, and then that way the door can spin all the way around and won't get caught up on anything. And then I need to make a latch on this side, which should be pretty easy. And then just a little bit of flashing at the top so that the door can sit under the gutter. So pretty eventful little morning. I think Dad's gonna go soon though, so I'll finish this up myself. Alright, so I went back to Bunnings and got these right hand hinges. Should have done that the first time. So these are just a pin and a hole, so I could have made these, but I didn't have the right size steel. So I need to make this mount to the actual gate or door, and then this bit mount to the actual door frame, so that'll be fine. So I'm going to have a hinge top and bottom, and then I'm going to have a lock on the left hand side. So it should be pretty easy now that I've got the right bits. So I need to start by taking all the tin off of the actual door, the old one, and then making that fit in the hole, and then make the hinges bolt up, and then put the tin back on. Alright, I got most of the screws out. All of the screws on the bottom that was obviously in the dirt, they're all rusted in, so I have to cut along the tin, cut around the bolt, and then get the pliers on there. So it's a bit of a pain, but I've just got this ready to go. And then the sheets should come off like that, and then I can use this frame and make it fit. So we're on to day 2 of the new door in the little shed. So yesterday we did a couple of hours just sort of cruisy and then hung out with Dad for a bit and then did some editing and just all that sort of stuff. So today what I need to do is get the new hinges on. So I'm going to start with this side here, get this bar on with the hinges, and then cut down the frame that I was taking the tin off of yesterday and weld that to the upright with the hinges on it, and then make sure that it all operates properly and then put the tin back on it. So there's the tin that I had to fight to get off of yesterday, and there's the frame. So I did mention these were a door yesterday, but I got a pair of sliding doors off of a mate of mine a couple of years ago. They've just been sitting behind the shed for a long time until I had a use for them. So I'm going to use this frame, cut it down and make it fit this new door. It's not the original wall, it is a separate door. So all it is saving me a bit of work with the framing because it's actually the right dimension height wise, it's just a little too wide. So I'm going to cut this with the grinding blade in my hand about there, and then put this bar onto the longer section and have the hinges on this side, and it should all fit in that spot pretty good. So let's cut it up and find out. Alright, so I've got the hinges just tech screwed onto here and welded onto this bar because the tech screws are actually in the way. Top and bottom. Opens up, as you can see, very far. So this would be the front here. So the front comes right around to the side of the shed, which is what I wanted. And then if you close it all the way, it sits nice and square and all the way shut, if that makes sense. And then this would be the front, obviously the rusty side. So the rusty side comes all the way around and is actually back on itself. So that's good. So now I just need to cut up the rest of the gate and see if it fits. Alright, so I've cut down the door frame. So it's just sitting there at the moment. This one's pretty good length. This one needs to be flexed a little bit and joined up to the top there, which is fine. And the bottom one is the right length and nice and flat. So I think what I'll do is maybe space it up a little bit on the bottom and then just flex the top to suit. It doesn't need to be particularly strong. It'll have all the tin on it, and once it's all welded it'll be nice and strong. So good enough. So I need to get the welder over here and then tackle this in place and make sure it opens and closes and then fully weld it. Alright, so I do a lot of stuff. I'm not very good at it, but I do a lot of stuff. So I just tack this on. It's got like 6 tacks holding this on. I kind of squared it up a bit and then I just chucked it on, and I don't believe it and I don't think you'll believe it, but this is how well it fits first go. So there's a bit of a gap as per to the design, and there's a little bit of a gap at the top, and it probably needs to come up just a tiny bit, but that's really good. So all I need to do next is put the lock on and then fully weld it so the lock will hold it nice and square and where I want it. And then, excuse me Harley, excuse me, if I open this all the way, I haven't done this before, it goes right up against the shed and is absolutely perfect. Wow, maybe I am learning things. Alright, so it's all welded up, all fits really nicely. You do have to lift it a little bit to get it into this pin, but that makes it line up really nicely at the top, so I might have to put a little like a tapered ramp thing, so it like clips in. I don't really know yet, but if you open it up, locks in nicely, operates super smooth, and goes all the way against the fence shed like that. So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to put tin on it now and we'll be pretty much done. So when you shut it, you just have to lift it a little bit and it clips in. Sweet. Okay, I just went down the shops and I got a 90-degree gutter. It's got stuff on top of it and 2 bits of flashing and a couple of brackets so I can finish off this door. Alright, so I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. So I've got a piece of gutter that wraps around the corner, so I need to mount some brackets, get that corner up. And then the piece that we've taken out of here, I should be able to cut off the downpipe section, which will actually help me without filling it up. So then I can join it all together, and then I'll put the downpipe around this side, straight down, and we should be all sweet. Then the tin, those 2 pieces are already ready to go, and this piece needs to come off of a frame. So I'll take those off, chuck them on here, and then I've got 2 bits of flashing that should make up the little extra bit that I need instead of trying to match the profile of that tin. And then we need a little wedge at the bottom to just make this a little bit easier to close, and we should be pretty much there. So I'm just going to jump on the ladder and get this gutter all sorted out, and then I'll update you when I've got something to share. Alright, so I've got the gutter done. I don't want to hear about it. It looks horrible. Looks okay on camera. It drains properly. I just need to chuck some sealant in it. New downpipe on, goes around the corner. Sweet. So it's not great, but it works, and once I put sealant on it, it'll be sweet. So good enough. Then I moved on to the new door, and turns out I have just enough tin. So one of the sheets on the old door was actually overlapped just enough to give me another piece. So this whole door will be covered in the old tin that matches the shed. So pretty happy with that. So I've just screwed most of it down. Just need to trim off this excess here and on that end. So getting rid of the worst tin, obviously. So that's why they're on either ends. So I'm just going to cut that shortly, and then I will finish screwing it on, and then we can put it on for the last time. Alright, so that actually took ages. Got the sheets screwed down, we got the little bit of flashing top and bottom. So these were going to be on the sides, and they were going to be the bigger one that I've got. This is quite a small one, it's probably like 50mm by 25. So top and bottom, top, bottom. Let's try and get it on the shed. So the wind's just picked up, which is perfect, and I haven't got any help, so I'm going to try and do it myself. So this will be interesting. Alright, I couldn't do it by myself, so I had to convince Emily to help me once she got home. But it's all on, bolted up, or hinged up and locked, or latched, or whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't wriggle or move or anything, it does pretty good. It does drop just a tiny little bit, like I was saying before, but it is light enough. And then it actually opens quite nicely, so pretty happy with that. Opens all the way up to the tin, nice and flat and out of the way. Just need to make a latch there to hold this open, and also put some silicone sealant stuff in the gutters to fix up the joins that I left, so I haven't done that yet. And that's pretty much it. Downpipes on the side, everything's all happy, everything's sweet. And then just to shut it, you need to lift it about ½ an inch, not even, so pretty stoked. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me building a door on the side of my shed. I know it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but this is the Chop Shop. I'm going to show you all the Chop Shop things. So thanks for watching. See you next week.